Welcome back to the Best Coaster of the Year weekly series. Last week, you guys voted for the Best Coaster of 1996, or basically 2 weeks ago. Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa, the B&M Invert, defeated some pretty solid rides like Timber Terror, great little buzz bar, wooden coaster over at Silverwood in Idaho. Very good looking ride for sure. Um, Venus GP, the now closed but might get relocated Mauer Stone Looper. That's with the spaceship thing, the green. It's very interesting looking ride. And also Megaphobia, the CCI, another CCI, without buzz bars out in England. So very cool. Now, what do I think about this? Montu, one of the best B&M inverts for sure, and it's just got so much intensity and snap that it's probably better than everything else here. I mean, I love me some buzz bars and some awesome standing airtime, and Timber Terror seems to have that. Not the strongest of airtime, but like really nice, solid floater airtime with those standing those buzz bars, which could be better than this, maybe. I mean, if it's good enough, I don't know. I hear it's almost overrated by some. So I don't know. I really want to get out to Silverwood because Timber Terror and Tremors both look awesome, and obviously Aftershock, great little park it looks like. But yeah, Montu, definitely the best coaster of 1996. Moving on, we've got the best coaster of 1997, which you're gonna vote for using the eye in the top right corner of the video. We got Alpengeist at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, the B&M Invert. Pyrenees at Parc Espagne, Spain Village, the B&M Invert. Tenere de Zeus at Park Asterix, the CCI Woody, and Steel Force at Dorney Park, the Morgan Hyper. So y'all are going to vote using the eye at the top right corner of the video, which I already said earlier, but we're going to say it again. And now we've got even more coasters that opened in 1997. We've got Batman the Ride at 6 over Georgia. They kept on cloning that, and like every year they built one, so it worked out pretty well for them. And you know, I mean, I probably commented on this before, but Batman the Rides, great clones, really awesome clones. I'm glad that there's actually good rides that are being cloned, not like boomerangs or I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, Big Apple Coaster at New York Hotel Casino that opened this year. A few Togos, two of the most recent Togos to open in America opened this year. So there was one of them. Chang at Kanaka Kingdom at the top right was the awesome yellow B&M stand up, or probably not awesome. I don't know how awesome it was. Point is, it was the biggest coaster at Kanaka Kingdom, and it was the coolest thing for you to ride if it was your local park. And it was like, yeah, I'm gonna ride Chang 20 times in a row because nobody probably went there. But yeah, very cool ride. And now, of course, it is Green Lantern at Great Adventure. So yeah, that's Chang for you. And I said it in the last episode. I might have. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did say it with Dylan, Dirty Coasters. That Chang is such a good name, and I love it when Six Flags gives like custom names like Tatsu, Chang, or what are some other cool names? El Toro's up there, I guess. You know, just interesting things and like X2, you know, unique names. Now, and like Cedar Fair does this better than Six Flags now, because now Six Flags is just like all about, you know, branding and you know that DC stuff. But Cedar Fair's got like Yukon Striker and I don't know. They're better than Six Flags. But I don't know about names. Also Delphus, I think that's how you pronounce that. Delphus at Festival Gate out in Osaka, Japan. That was a Senyo Kogyo, so like you know, very Japanese manufacturer. It like went around all this themed buildings and stuff at this park, and it was interesting in that it had a curved lift hill. You like curve left and then right, and then turn right, and then dropped into turn into a tunnel. There was a tunnel, and you actually went pretty freaking fast through it. There was some pretty cool lights that made it look like you were spinning, kind of like the old demon lights that you know that the arrow corkscrews would do. Anyway, so that's a really unique ride. Unfortunately, it closed in around 2009, but there's a solid point of view of it. And yeah, POV. Sorry, people don't like it when I say point of view. I don't know. POV just seems kind of weird. Anyway, Euromir at Europa Park. Everybody knows Euromir. It's the crazy spinner that opened about 15 years ago. And I barely know anything about it other than it spins and it has those weird glass towers around it, and looks pretty cool. Like one of the best spinning coasters around, probably maybe. Also, Great White at SeaWorld San Antonio, another Batman clone, opened in 1997. I hear it's one of the best and maybe one of the slowest. I'm really confused on how good of a Batman clone Great White is. Point is, it's a cool Batman clone. Also, Hangover at Leesburg, another clone coaster. That was the first Invertigo coaster to ever open. Hangover, very cool ride. I've been on the one in Vertigo. It's basically like a boomerang except better and more intense, and it is inverted, and you face the person in front of you. It's pretty cool. Moving on, some more coasters from 1997. We've got Mega Coaster at Hamonico Pal Pal, another Toga that opened this year. It's basically Manhattan Express version 2. It does the same dive loop. It doesn't have the vertical loop. Instead, it has a Heartline roll you can see on the left of that top right image. Very cool stuff. Also, Stampede at Port Aventura opened this year. That was the dueling CCI, the racing dueling kind of like Lightning Racer. Very cool ride. Superman the Escape at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It was supposed to open in '96, so it was just standing there for a year, but it did not open until '97 to the public. That was like nowadays we call it Superman Escape from Krypton. It's the red, blue, yellow thing, blue supports towering over Magic Mountain. But at first it was white and it looked very shoddy and white and chipped and terrible. And the repaint looks very good. Also, its sister coaster, Tower of Terror, or now Tower of Terror 2, over at Dreamworld in Australia, that opened this year in '97. That was like that tied Superman as the fastest coaster in the world at 100 miles per hour, so that's pretty cool. Also, Windjammer Surf Racers at Knott's Berry Farm. That was the racing, dueling, Togo looping Wild Mouse at Knott's Berry Farm. A very unique ride was going on there. And yeah, it existed, and it had over the shoulders because they just had to give it a loop. It had over the shoulders, and it was mega rough, and the yellow side barely ever ran, and it stalled a lot. Like even in like 10 mile per hour wind, that thing would stall. Yeah, just a really funny ride. I've talked about it a lot, probably. Very interesting. Zeus at Mount Olympus also opened this year. That is the ride that everybody forgets about at Mount Olympus because it's Haze right next to it, but it's still a solid out and back. It's here's what I've heard. I've heard the airtime hills are really solid and pretty smooth, and then you hit that turnaround, and it's the worst turnaround in the world, and you get the like insane laterals and roughness and craziness, and yeah, very interesting little out and back CCI Woody. So that's gonna be it for today. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later.